Hey folks, how's it going? Dr. Spin. In my quest to find the best albums for 2021, I've been working through this big elimination bracket, which produces weekly eliminations. And at this point in the game, many of these albums are albums that have been vetted very carefully before I even purchased them, and then many of them have already been through eliminations. So even if we're at this stage in the game, we've got some pretty good music here. But again, only one shall pass going on in the top 20. So for now, for today, I'm looking at Gunship's self-titled debut album versus Photay's Waking Hours. Now, I've already seen two instances, I think, where Gunship has won out on some of these eliminations. It's a pristinely created tribute to the 80s. It's a synthwave project that really mines those sounds and kind of makes it feel more contemporary, even though it's very of the time that it's looking at. It's definitely reinvented in a way that's engaging for a current day listener. Although the songs aren't super complex in and of themselves, the production and the sound choices and the overall way that the band plays with nostalgia is absolutely masterful. It's crafted in such a way that this is an amazing, I think, album. And actually, the single most top played album that I've had so far this year. I've listened to it almost 30 times, 40 times this year, I think, at this point. And I'm still not tired of it. I still find new things about it. So Gunship's self-titled debut versus Photay's Waking Hours. I was very excited about this album in the spring. This is a new project, Photay, that I'd really never heard the music before. It's a very playful and in some ways kind of experimental synth project. And one of the albums that kind of caused me to go back and revisit Howard Jones several months ago. It's a mixture of kind of buzzy electronic experiments and slightly funky tunes, and I really appreciate the variety of sounds and the originality of sounds. It's accessible and it's adventurous, and I like it. But I also think that Gunship is in its own way pretty adventurous, and it's so meticulously crafted that it kind of gives a sense of being a bit more focused than Photay. Photay is, again, a great disc, but it is an experiment, and you can see that sometimes when there's an experiment, that means that the hypothesis doesn't quite pay off. And man, I think there's a lot of great stuff in this album, but it just doesn't quite have the obvious craft and focus that Gunship has. It sounds like Photay, a couple of albums from now, could create something like Gunship in their own way, in that group's own way. But it's not quite there yet. It's still in the gestational stages for Photay. So again, we see a great disc. Gunship's going on to the next round. If you agree or disagree, please let me know. Check out the videos at the end and tell me what you think. Then sound off below in the comments. Also, while you're at it, like and subscribe and share the video out with your friends. There'll be more eliminations coming up next week. So until I see you then, I'll catch you on the flip side.